Hey guys, Cold here. Welcome to another Racial Alliance video. We're going over Astralon today. I just fused him. I'm going to take him to 60. Of course, gear him out and give him masteries for you guys to see on just how good Astralon is. He definitely looks great. I mean, just look at this guy. Always their top-notch graphics and design work by Plarium. So let's go over his skills and then we'll come back in terms of gearing and see how I've geared him out. So Hellbinder is his A1, guys. Attacks one enemy 2 times. 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff. That's very low, by the way. It needs to be higher. It goes 50 with some books, but I'm not going to book him. Counters Licks will team up and join the attack if they're on the same team. Counters Licks will use their default skill. I mean, if I had her, maybe I would book him out just to get the most out of both of those champions. Then Counter Legs will not team up on this attack if this skill is used when counterattacking or teaming up. It sounds like a good A1, but the defense down chance is very low. Even when booked, 50% chance is quite low in my opinion. It should have been a bit higher since this champion will have to be, decided between attack and accuracy for this to land, since it does not have the cannot be resisted option. So let's go over his A2. Divine Imminence. Attacks when enemy will ignore increased defense, strengthen, and ally protection buffs. Revives around an ally with 40% HP and places a shield buff on them equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. Very similar to what Alton does, for example, when he kills an enemy with a specific attack, and he can actually revive your ally. So, well, this one looks okay. And then also plays a shield buff on this champion equal to 20% of their max HP for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. I'm not sure about the multiplayer. We're seeing it actually in a bit. With the books, it just does 20% more damage. Let's say we do 100k with this, it will be 120k, I would guess. So, and the cooldown goes to 3 turns. Pretty long cooldown, to be honest, even if booked. And then finally, Light of Sanctity removes all buffs from targets under Veil, Perfect Veil buff, then places a 25% weaken debuff on enemies who have Veil or Perfect Veil buffs removed, then attacks all enemies. This is cool when the enemy has these specific buffs, but it's not always the case. There's very few champions out there that do provide those buffs to their team. So especially Duchess is a very good example where you want to remove that Veil. And then also 75% chance of placing a stun debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. So the thing about this is I do like this. I do like this as a nuking ability. It would mean that you're choosing to go in with Astralon as your buff remover. I don't know. I guess the weaken helps in terms of doing a lot of damage, but even with the weaken and removing the veil buff, the possibilities for you doing a lot of damage is not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if he's much better than champions out there. I want to see him in action. And then finally, Emissary fills the champion's turn by 3% every time an ally is hit, decreases incoming damage by 25% if the attacker's attack is lower than this champion's. Okay, it just gives you some extra turn there. So I have no masteries on him, no gear. I'll gear him out, guys, for you and take him into dungeons and arena. So the idea after watching his skills is that he needs at least 200 to 250 accuracy to be competent, at least in the dungeons, and also arena. Resistance comes into play, and even 200 accuracy becomes low. So I'll have to be sacrificing my attack potential in gaining accuracy. So accuracy on banner, accuracy substat on amulet, and maybe accuracy somewhere on the rest of his gear, just to get a bit close to 300 if possible. Right, guys, we're back. I just built Astralon with the gear that I had. I had to break up a set here and do have my Savage set going, but I had to break it up because I just couldn't get to the stats that I wanted to without breaking this one up. So full Savage set, but an accuracy gear and then a relentless gear just to get to the stats that I want to. So 186 speed, 4.5k attack on him, 106% critical rate. Obviously you want to go for 100%, 253 critical damage, and 300 accuracy, just so he can land everything, being his defense down on the A1, the stun, and weaken on the A2, A3. So yeah, definitely needs that accuracy if you want to have him fill those roles as well. So the skills I didn't max out, and then masteries, of course, as I said, I went for Helm Smasher. I went for Kill Streak. Kill Streak helps you get more damage in arena, but also the dungeons, when you do a kill, you get some extra bit of stats. Stoke to Fury is always nice when you get a debuff going on your own self. So you use that to basically gain more damage. Cycle of Violence helps the RNG factor. When you do a big nuke, you get this going and you have decreased cooldowns. Ruthless Ambush, get that big burst going. And of course, Shield Breaker to get more damage versus shields. I went the support route, of course, because of I needed more accuracy. Evil Eye is always good on single target hitters. And then obviously Sniper to help me with another 5% chance to apply the decreased defense on the A1 on his default skill. So these are his masteries, guys, and let's go and test him out. Obviously, we're gonna go first. I would say let's go first in dungeons, and then we'll see how he does everywhere else. So let's see if he feels the role of Ethos here. Ethos is my burst damage dealer. Let's see how much damage he can do when nuking in a normal team for just doing Dragon 20. So I did have Ethos there to test him out in terms of nuking potential. Let's do the defense down. Weaken. And then let's do this big A3. Let's see. 105k, nothing too crazy there. Obviously, Apothecary there doesn't have. Oh man, I should have pressed auto anyway. Obviously there, Apothecary didn't have the defense down, that's why he didn't die. And I think that one was his A2. Let's see. Okay, we get the A2 going again. There's a big A3, 65k almost on everybody. Nothing too crazy here. I'm not really surprised with the amount of damage that he is doing. His animations are cool though, like the lightning strike on his A3. And then let's see how much damage he can do on the big boss. And yeah, I just want to note that the weekend he only applies it when he removes the perfect veil buff, so it's not gonna always be there. Let's see. That's his A1 ability, double hitting, 45k. Not too bad. Not too bad for the amount of gear that he has. I would be expecting a bit closer to 60. Look at that A3, 97,000 on the big dragon. Yeah, the run is already going a bit longer. He's very squishy. Look at that. One AoE. And he went to almost 20% health. And that's the A2, 54,000 without a defense down or weekend though, I think. And yeah, Royal Guard finishes this off. And double A1 there for about 80,000 damage in total. Yeah, just by looking at that, I don't think he's that crazy in terms of damage potential. But let's go over and see him. Where would he be good? I mean, Ice Golems is another place that you could take him in there, but he is an attack-based champion, very, very squishy. Ice Golems is just going to be giving him a hard time, just helping him die quicker. So let's go over and test him out in, I would say, Arena. Arena is where he is really going to shine. That's where the perfect veils are. That's where you want to see his A3 in action. So let's find a team that has a perfect veil, first of all. Okay, this one, Duchess. We'll need to get them going to see the potential there. So let's say we do have Astralon. Let's have a weaker team right here. So I have a weaker team as defense. Let's put Astralon in there. I'll put in my Seeker, okay, as lead. So this is a totally defensive kind of setup. Astralon's going to be the nuker. And we're going to have a defense down from this guy. So who's going to be the next one? Let's say... okay, I need a cleanser, so I think we're good. I think we're good with this setup. I don't think we'll go first. Barely have 290 speed. Oh, we did go first. Okay, that's fine. We get a speed boost going. We get resisted there. Okay, they interrupt us. Let's see. His Duchess gonna go. We get destroyed there. So Duchess went. This is the scenario that we wanted to see. So the perfect veil is on the enemies, and we want to take that down with his A3. So A3, remember guys, removes all buffs from targets under veil or perfect veil, and then place a weaken debuff. And let's see with 300 accuracy if we're actually going to do this in high gold 4. It's Saturday today, so yeah, these teams are quite, you know, they probably have the Great Hole maxed out already in resistance. So let's see what happens here. Remove the buffs and big damage there, 97k. Skull Crown obviously procced her passive and survived there. And well, Duchess, because she doesn't have a perfect will when she does it to her allies, she didn't get any of her buffs removed. I would have loved to see something instead of just some way applying a stun on the main target, which is Duchess with that skill, but I don't think they'll change it from now on. We see the stun that happened on the enemies. The thing is, even if we killed them with the big burst there, Duchess would have probably still survived. She didn't get the buffs removed. She still had the tankiness factor in there, and she's still half HP. If she took a turn after this, then she would revive everybody, and we would be in trouble, honestly. So I don't see Astralon as the big game changer in arena in terms of both damage. There's the revive because he got a kill. That's good. But I don't see how I would use him in teams like these. So instead of Madame Ceres, for example, I know this is a champion that you get from Fusion. Madame Ceres is all RNG opening void shards, but still, I just don't see his potential just yet. Maybe if you do have that companion legendary that's going to give him that all ally attack. Well, not all ally attack, the ally attack who joins in for that A1, then maybe we can get some big damage numbers going. Maybe a blender setup can also work because it's going to be two champions attacking. I'm not sure if that works with the blender setup. I think it works once, but doesn't work twice for both of them attacking. So let's go and find another Duchess team. So this one's another Duchess team. This is very tanky. So we are also tanky. Let's see who is going to be the most annoying though. So again, we go first. You want to see that enemy Duchess going. There's one Veil buff there. Duchess with the perfect Veil on almost everyone. And let's do an A2. I want to see Astralon here, obviously removing everything. So let's see. He's going to hopefully remove three on three champions' buffs. And let's see how it works on Kadrafon, because I think his Veil cannot be removed if I remember correctly. Let's see how that works. No, he actually did remove it. No stuns on anybody. There's the weekend there on Skull Crown. We probably were maybe we did a weak attack there or something like that. Okay, we're not getting really attacked by this team because of the big Krisk that we have in our team. And yeah, we couldn't burst down any of them. Of course, we're weak affinity, but still, I would expect some kind of big damage. So increase defense, strengthen, and ally protection buffs. We'll ignore them with the A2. Let's see if we can actually burst down a Duchess. Okay, we did. Ignore defense there, 46,000. Pretty good burst. The A1, of course, we're going to kill them off, and then just press auto, and this is going to be over. So guys, this was the showcase for Astralon. I did put some of my best gear on him, and I'm honestly disappointed in terms of his damage. Maybe with the other legendary champion, the companion for that A1, maybe he's a better champion to have in your team, but in terms of gearing him for both accuracy and damage potential, I think he is missing out. He could have had 5 to 6,000 attack instead of having all that accuracy. It takes away from his kit in terms of big damage. Maybe he is good as a second nuker as a backup, so he can remove buffs. Maybe for a more controlling team that you can actually control your enemies by removing their buffs, slowly stunning them and then taking them down slowly. But that's not the meta right now in Arena. In Arena, it's all about bursting down your opponents as fast as you can if you want to reach out in Platinum and actually get into Platinum, the top 300 positions. So guys, this was Astralon's video. What do you think of him? Are you still going for him? Have you seen the videos for him already? Just posted by the other content creators. What do you think of him? And would you still go for him, even though he kind of is underwhelming, in my opinion? But that's just my personal thoughts. So let's see his limited reviews here. He does gain 5 in some of the areas and 4 in or 3 in all the others. I don't think he is a 5 in arena offense, to be honest. Maybe I'm just hugely mistaken. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya!